the China director at Human Rights Watch. Good to have you with us. So what do you make of this development? 9 people arrested for an alleged terror plot. 6 of them are high school students. I think the youngest one is 15.
It's indisputably a worrying development, and all governments have an obligation to investigate and prosecute violent acts or potentially violent acts. But at the same time, that does not justify the Hong Kong authorities' repeated misuse of an overbroad and vaguely worded law to essentially silence peaceful dissent. Maybe another way to think about this is that Hong Kong authorities could have prosecuted a case like this even without the national security law. They have plenty of tools available to them.
And just lay it out for us, what has been the net effect of the new national security law? Because critics, of course, say it's being used to arrest pro-democracy politicians, dissidents, journalists. Is it being used in that way to crack down on opposition?
Indisputably. We published a piece last week detailing the ways in which the national security law has had terrible consequences, not just for the realms that you might expect for peaceful expression for the media, but also all the way through to peaceful civic groups, education, even the way that civil servants now have to be careful about how they say things, that they are obliged to take loyalty oaths. It's really had a profound effect, not just on institutions in the formal government sense, but in many of the practices and the habits of freedom and civil liberties that Hong Kong people have enjoyed for decades.
And of course, there's been a lot of international condemnation of the security law, organizations like your own pointing out how it's being used and how it's being abused. But Xi Jinping is saying that China will not be, quote, bullied over this. Beijing is not likely to listen to any criticism, is it?
Well, look, it clearly wouldn't listen to concerns peacefully expressed by millions of people in Hong Kong. At the same time, I think the heavy-handedness that Beijing has shown in Hong Kong is contributing to international pushback. Same with the situation in Xinjiang. 44 governments recently and Turkey published statements that were critical of the Chinese government's policies there. And now we need to translate that into action. So Xi Jinping isn't getting off with a sterling reputation in these cases.
Sophie, thank you. Sophie Richardson speaking to us live there.